It's Monday, August 13th, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, we take a look back at Unity Day, learn how to save money and energy with Cape Light Compact, and just 3 more chances to discover Barnstable. First, let's start with some news you can use. A Massachusetts Department of Transportation working group presented recommendations for the Cape Cod Canal region last week in Buzzards Bay, which include replacing the Bourne and Sagamore bridges. The Cape Cod Canal Transportation Study Working Group also recommended several major road improvements throughout the canal region. 5th Barnstable State Representative Randy Hunt says the final decision on whether or not to replace the bridges will be made by the Army Corps of Engineers. The Army Corps is expected to release its own study by next spring, which will include recommendations on replacing or renovating the spans. A final date of 2025 has been set by the Army Corps to make a final decision. It was a great week for Barnstable athletes. Congratulations to the Barnstable Little League's U10 team, New England champs. 11-1 victory over Rhode Island this past weekend. Town of Barnstable Lifeguards also won the non-surf division for the 10th year in a row. Congratulations to all. Unity Day is the brainchild of brothers Andre and Jesse Barboza from Hyannis, who first reached out to former police chief Paul McDonald in 2016, seeking to engage officers with the community that they serve. Here is a look back at Unity Day 2018. Hugs, smiles, community, heart, respect, and tolerance.
Oh, I think this is wonderful. This is the 3rd Unity Day, and what makes it so special is that the young men who came together to organize the Unity Day and how it initiated it. It came about because of all the turmoil that was going around the country with police officers and men of color that were clashing, and these young men got together with the law enforcement here in Barnstable and decided that they wanted to bring the groups together and show some unity, and that's what this day is about. And it just brought the whole community together to say, you know, we appreciate our law enforcement people, and we should be working with them, and law enforcement needs to know us and know them, and change that image of young males of color, that they are productive, and they are here in the community, and they do care. It's a very caring community. It's a beautiful community, and a beautiful day that the Lord has given us out here today. So I'm proud of the group of young men that are putting this together, and I'm very proud of my community, and that today I'm able to be a part of it.
Stay, Jesse.
You know, this is turning into one of my favorite days of the year. Just having everybody from the community come out and be a part of something positive, it's awesome. Well, I hope that more people just want to get involved with their community, whether it's volunteering, coaching a team, or just all around being a positive person and really showing pride in where you're from. And, you know, when we do things like that, I mean, great things can happen.
Community is everything. I can't run my school without community. Our students that we have come from all over Hyannis, and I've seen many of them today with their families. They run up to me like I just saw them yesterday, and it's amazing. I have people I went to high school with. I graduated from Barnstable High School, so I have people I graduated with, people I know from the community, people I know from Hyannis West. It's just a wonderful way to get everyone together. They can have law enforcement be a safe place and safe people to go to, and that's what we need to promote, is that they're here to help and support. And we try to have law enforcement come into our building as much as we can so that they can see the positive side of that, because they hear things out in the community, but we want to tell them the positive side, and that they're here to help, and that they should be able to go to them and feel
Great
supported.
job out here. It gets bigger every year. The Barbosas and the Men of Action have done a fantastic job down here. They really have. It's getting the community involved in everything we do, and getting us involved in things they do, because in the end, we tell people all the time, we don't know if there's a problem out there unless you talk to us, but sometimes talking to us isn't like the easiest thing for some people to do. So breaking down a little bit of those barriers and having people be a little more approachable, and to say that, yeah, I really can talk to these people and get my point across, or so when they get into that position where they have to call us, they're not so hesitant to call. We're there.
The sense of the similarities that we all have while respecting each other's differences, I think really contribute to the vibrancy that exists in Barnstable, and we see that every day at the senior centre. Just being down here on the village green is an amazing experience despite the heat. Just getting to interact with people of all ages, and see the connections, and just a sense of camaraderie and excitement and energy is something that we try and replicate all the time at the senior centre, right, Judith?
That's right. And I think this really shows that the senior center isn't just an isolated entity. We're very much a part of the community and very intergenerational.
Exactly what you said. It's community. We're all together. We're having fun. People are finding commonalities in everyday life. This reminds me of the Cape Cod that I grew up on. That where we have everybody coming together. People aren't afraid of one another, and they are finding a way to break bread, have a meal together, play games together, sometimes dunking a police officer together, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. It does take a lot of planning. Fortunately, there are a lot of arms that take different parts of it. The Barnstable Police Department, the People of Action, there were certain elements that they wanted to make sure were included. Being the town, we wanted to make sure that special parts of our town were highlighted, so we're thrilled that we have the Gateway Greeters here with Park Happy. We have the taxidermy trailer from Marine Environmental Affairs. Senior Services, they're painting kindness rocks. We have folks from all over with recreation helping playing games, and it's just a really fun, old-fashioned kind of time. But I think that people are understanding that our police officers, it's been a very different world of late. And to see everybody just having a great time, I think is really special. It's the community.
can earn money, stay cool, and control your home air conditioning from your smartphone with the Smart AC Savings Program from Cape Light Compact. Cape Light Compact is seeking participants for its Smart AC Savings Program, which offers incentives for residential customers with central air conditioning or mini-split heat pumps to reduce their air conditioning use during select periods of high demand called demand response events. Austin Brandt, Senior Power Supply Manager, has the details. It's hot, hot, hot. but you can be cool with Cape Light Compact and their new AC energy saving program. With me, Austin Brandt, welcome.
Hi, Paula. Thanks for having me.
You are the Senior Power Supply Manager for Cape Light Compact, so you're pretty knowledgeable on like everything power supply.
Yep.
And at this time of year, those ACs are just running day in, day out, 24/7. So we're here to talk about how you can stay cool and earn some money this year.
Absolutely. Yep. So this year we're continuing our relatively new program called the Smart AC Savings Program. So the reason behind this program is the Cape Light Compact is well known for energy efficiency efforts and reducing the amount of energy that people use. But lately there's been a lot more focus on not only how much people are using, but when they're using it. And we're finding that when people are running their AC at these peak periods of the day in the summertime, when everyone else has their AC on, this causes a lot of grid strain. And every time you're causing grid strain, it means increased cost. And so instead of just focusing on how much people are using across the year, we also want to focus on when they're using it and helping to reduce those peak times. So one of the reasons that we're focusing on air conditioning is the peak driver of electricity demand in New England and across most of the rest of the United States as well. And so for folks that are using air conditioning, we brought this program to help them reduce their bills a little bit by saving energy, but also to help the grid as a whole remain stable and lower costs for everyone and more efficient.
So let's talk about this program a little bit, because it seems like it's involved, but there's two sides to it. So let's start with the one that people kind of understand first. It's central AC we're talking about,
Sure.
Not the windows, right?
Yep. So if you have air conditioning in your home that you basically control with a thermostat, we have a program where you can enroll your eligible Wi-Fi thermostat. So it has to be a Wi-Fi thermostat. Like right now we're working with Ecobee thermostats and Honeywell Lyric thermostats. Next year we plan to start working with Nest thermostats, which a lot of people are buying and have in their homes. Right. So if you have a home with central air conditioning that you control with a thermostat, a Wi-Fi thermostat, you're eligible to participate. And right now we're actually running a special where if you sign up for a home energy audit and you have central air conditioning controlled by a thermostat, we'll give you up to 2 free Nest thermostats, Nest E thermostats, or Building 36 Wi-Fi thermostats, so that you can be prepared to participate next year when we start working with those thermostats.
Well, that's fantastic. And when we kind of look at this program here, so you definitely need a central AC, but you can do it with a mini split heat pump too, right?
Sure. So we recognize that a lot of homes in New England, and including the Cape, of course, don't have traditional central air conditioning with ducts, air ducts. Instead, what a lot of people have for air conditioning is mini split units, where you have the head unit on the wall and compressor outside. So we wanted to give people a way to participate that have those units which aren't typically controlled by a Wi-Fi thermostat. And so if you sign up online, what we'll do is we'll send you a device that will allow you to control your mini split from your smartphone or your computer and allow you to participate. So you get the device for free, which means now, if you're on your way home and you want your house to be cool and you get there with your mini split, you can set it from your smartphone. And when we have those peak days of the summer, we can adjust your mini split unit's cooling to help us reduce strain on the grid.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Folks, they talk about Big Brother. You're going to control my thermostat?
Right. Yeah. So the important thing to remember is this is an optional program in two respects. Number one, you're signing up on your own. So, we are advertising it, but ultimately it's up to the customer whether or not they want to sign up if they're eligible. Number two, even when you do sign up and you enroll your thermostat with us, anytime we call an event where we automatically adjust your set point by 2 to 3 degrees over a period of 3 or 4 hours, you can opt out at any time during that event. So even if you're enrolled in the program with your thermostat or thermostats, and we change the thermostat, we always notify people beforehand, hey, it's a demand response event today. Because we're having this really hot weather, this is a strain on the grid, we're calling this event from 3 to 7, or from 4 to 8, or 1 to 5. And we always let people know beforehand, the morning of, via email and the app on their phone. But even during the event, after we're adjusting the thermostat, they can override our set point adjustment, either right on the thermostat or on their phone. So this is always, in all respects, an optional program. but we want people to be engaged with helping us make our grid more efficient.
Right, so that would be, just to give some context to this, is, you're usually not home during the day between one of these peak events, but you're home sick with a kid.
Yeah.
And you definitely need that AC where
Yeah.
it needs to be set. And you can override that and say, nope, we're home today, so we don't want to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, most people have found that they really don't notice a difference in their comfort, but we always want to make sure that we're not having people participate in a program they don't want to participate at that particular time. And so we notify them the morning of an upcoming event and at the start of the event to make sure that they always know what's going on and when we're adjusting their thermostat.
Okay. So what are some of the other things that people can do to reduce the demand for AC?
Sure. So this is a great start, enrolling in our program. Even if you decide you don't want to enroll in the program and get the rewards that we're offering through it, just turning up your set point by a couple degrees from generally 1 to 6 in the afternoon is when our peak times fall. And so that can help enormously because air conditioning is a significant demand, even these residential units. So even a couple degrees can help offset some of those peaks.
Right. So what can you get for making those reductions?
Sure. So
there's got to be a catch, right? Is it too good to be true?
So the reason that we're offering this is there may be some bill savings from turning up your air conditioning, but we don't have time of use rates yet in Massachusetts for the most part. So instead what we're doing is we're giving an enrollment incentive, and that depends on whether you have a mini split or a thermostat and whether or not you're getting the free Nest offer that we're running this year through our energy audit program. But generally speaking, you're going to get an enrollment incentive. Sometimes it's a $25 Visa gift card if you already have an eligible thermostat. And then at the end of the summer, if you participate in most of our events, so 75% or more of the events, if you essentially don't opt out of 75% or more of the events that we call, we'll send you another $25 Visa gift card at the end of the summer.
Nice.
Yeah. And the great part is, like I said, most people don't notice a difference in their comfort. So they're helping the grid, they're helping us, and they're getting a reward for participating.
Right. So, my small little house, and I reduce my air conditioning by a couple of degrees. How does that really help the grid?
So your house, that might not be noticeable at a grid scale, right? But when we get more and more people enrolled in this program, and we can call 500 or 700 or 1,000 homes, and each of them increase their set points by a couple degrees, that at that scale you can have a noticeable impact on reducing the peak demand of the grid. So, and we want to combine this in the future with other efforts, demand reduction efforts. So it's the sum of all the parts is what makes the difference.
Right. What about businesses?
So small businesses can participate if they have the eligible thermostat or they want to get the eligible thermostat. They are welcome to sign up online.
Excellent. Anything else you want to tell us about the program?
No, other than if you don't have if you don't have a Wi-Fi thermostat or air conditioning, you can still do your part to manage grid demand. Things like if you can avoid doing your laundry during those peak hours, running your dishwasher or cooking, those are the most energy intensive activities outside of air conditioning. So anything anyone can do will help.
Right, and that's usually between 1 and 6 p.m.
Generally speaking, yeah, we are seeing later and later in the day, but 1 to 6, 2 to 7, those hours are good.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Austin. Great information.
Thanks for having me.
Great, that was fantastic. Discover Barnstable launched in 2017. Parking Management partnered with other town departments in developing fun, free, interactive talks and activities each week at the Welcome Center lawn every Monday and Thursday in July and August. These wide range of town programs and resources are available to everyone to enjoy. Here's Elizabeth Hartsgrove with more on the Summer Discover Barnstable program. We're ready to discover Barnstable. With me today, Elizabeth Hartsgrove, Assistant Director for Planning and Development. Well, that's a new title, Elizabeth.
It is. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, but it really works. Assistant
Yeah.
Director for Planning and Development, a lot of what you do is really in the development and planning in the town of Barnstable.
It does, and I always have been connected in some way to them, so it just made sense. I work with the arts and cultural, economic development, planning, all of those little components, and so it just was a nice fit for me to go in there. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we're really here to discover Barnstable.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the coolest programs that comes out of the town, and it's available for everyone and starts in just another week or so.
Yeah, it does. It's the second year. We got rave reviews last year, and it was a sense of, you know, we're really into educating people about what services and programs we provide, and this was that type of baby. It was perfect. It's a way for us to give back and educate people about what kind of opportunities are available to them, and through each of the departments and divisions, and make them learn a little bit more about not just all the rules and regulations or, you know, the negative components, but there's a lot of positives that we do in our community on a daily basis, and there's so many little different programs within each department or division that they're not really aware of. So this is an opportunity for town employees to embrace the community and show all these positive little things that we do.
Well, that's great. So these happen, I think, twice a month, you said, right?
It's actually twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week in July and August. So Monday mornings from 10:30 to 11:30, and then Thursday afternoons from 4:30 to 5:30. And it's every Monday and Thursday, July and August. So, and we have a wide range of, it's definitely much more popular this year with even the departments internally. So I did not have any issues with filling up the whole, and I actually have a wait list for people. Yeah, so we have 3 new programs that are starting this year. The airport is joining us. The recycling division with the transfer station, and then we have animal control is joining us this year. So in addition to the ranger talks that we've had with wildlife or the turtle talks, we had senior services, we had recreation, we have just a slew of them. So it's really wonderful. I'm very excited.
So where are these talks held?
They are held down at Bismore Park, near the Welcome Center. It's over by the utility box that has the wrap of welcome in 30 different languages, and it's under a nice shady tree, and we have a picnic table and chairs there available, and it's family fun activities open to anyone, residents, guests, anybody, and it's all free. So the parking's available at Town Hall here, and then you can walk down, or if you want to pay for parking, it's available at Bismore Park.
Okay, so walk us through a little bit of what folks are going to learn. You know, having been here for the town of Barnstable for now 90 days, there is just so much to learn about what the town does.
Yeah.
So these at Bismore Park are really designed to give you a little bit of a deep dive into how we do things here at the town level?
Yeah, it really dives into something that people are not expecting. That's really what the key is. For example, the senior services. The senior center, not all programs there are just for seniors. We had last year a hula hoop class, and it was open to the general public. People can go and take yoga classes there. So it's not necessarily just a senior center. It's more of a community center, really, when it comes down to it. And so this year, we're artist who is there at the senior center, who's a regular, she's going to be giving art classes there for the whole family. So it's multi-generational, and that's really the purpose of our community, and the quality of life. Our mission statement is for everyone, not just for a specific age group or not. So the senior service one is a great example of that. Recycling program, there's new regulations going into place on how to separate your cans and things. Well, we're going to be doing an art project with the guys from the transfer station. They're going to be coming down there and being with the kids, and they're going to be creating art with recycled material that was obtained at the transfer station, in ways that kids can actually use the materials instead of going over and using them and just dumping them, basically, and just handing them off to the town. Is how can we reuse and repurpose and recycle things? So in the airport, another one, we have the Cape Cod Coffee is there. So they're going to be joining the airport with different types of the airlines. They're going to be showing up. We're going to have a flight simulator there. We're going to have all different arts and crafts, word searches, and fun things so that people can get to know the airport and understand that it's open to anyone to go visit or even use as a transportation mode.
Excellent. So Mondays and Thursdays every week.
Yeah, starting July 9th.
Starting in July. I see you've got golf on that list.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if every resident knows that we have probably the 2 best municipal golf courses in the entire state right here in the town of Barnstable.
We do, and we have classes available. And one of the instructors is actually going to be giving little, putting demonstrations and stuff, and helping people with techniques during that. So, yeah, it's available. Again, it's available not just to the residents, but to our visitors and our non-residents here. So it's a wonderful service. I'm so excited that we're in our year 2 of this program.
Excellent. Anything else you want to tell folks about these?
No, it's wonderful. It's free. It's family. And it's at Bismore Park. What more could you want? Really?
Sure. Time again?
It is on Mondays from 10:30 to 11:30, and then on Thursdays from 4:30 to 5:30. And we have a giant poster banner down at Bismore of the July schedule currently right now. So if you're walking down there and you just want to take a look, the schedule is also available online and here at Town Hall down at the Welcome Center. Anybody can pick up a brochure, and again, open to anyone, including any Cape resident. We've had a lot of people even last year that came from out of town that were residents from other communities that wanted to participate. So we just welcome everyone.
Of course, at the Welcome Center.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Paula.
Here's a look at the community calendar. Discover Barnstable has the Turtle Ranger Talk today. Come meet Natural Resource Officer Sean Cordes and learn about the many turtle species of Cape Cod, including critically endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtles and the threatened diamondback terrapins of the Barnstable Great Marsh. Learn about turtle anatomy, adaptations, life cycles, and more through a variety of activities, including live turtles. 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. today down at Bismore Park Welcome Center. Join the folks from Cotuit Library on Wednesday evening, August 15th at 8:30 as they turn their gazes skyward towards the stars. Cotuit Library has everything you need to participate. They have the telescopes. Just bring yourself and your minds full of wonderment, although telescopes will be welcome. This program is free, but please register at cotuitlibrary.org/events or contact the library. Here's a look at the meeting schedule for this week for boards, commissions, and committees. Comments, suggestions, accolades? Connect with us on Facebook, email us, or send us an old-fashioned note by carrier pigeon. Channel 18 works. For you, I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today.